Well,
Awesome.
thank you for everyone for showing up for this special session today. My name is Ahmad Gillum. I'm District 63 Director. I am going to highlight any of our dignitaries that are in the audience. I know Club Growth Director Vicki Stevens is in the audience with us today, as well as our PR Manager Davina Peoples is in the audience. And I know Division C Director Shayna Teasdale is in the audience, as well as Area Director Kayla Works is in the audience as well. So thank you all for distinguished dignitaries for being in the audience, as well as our membership being in the audience as well. You are going to get a special treat today because we have two excellent Toastmasters that are going to share with us some information today. And what this is about is both Michelle and Irinka are both from the Let's Talk Brentwood Toastmasters Club, which is a distinguished Toastmasters club that has more than doubled, going from 13 to 29 members and counting in the last 2 years. Today, Michelle and Irenko are going to are offering to share with us 10 of their club's top 10 secrets for growth to inspire you to build your own club's membership, strengthen our division. So let's go District 63. Well, Michelle's bio is she is a distinguished Toastmaster, professional speaker, executive coach, and self-esteem architect. Her forte is working with individuals and corporations to unleash their intrinsic talents. Her clients gain self knowledge, create a meaningful goals for themselves, and to begin to live lives filled with passion and purpose. Michelle has just written her first book, unveiling 6 skills for creating a successful life that schools forgot to teach you. Now, Irinka's bio is she has had over a decade of experience as a web designer, online marketer, and brand strategist. With overflowing combination of curiosity, keen observation, and creativity, she likes to see what everyone else is doing and then add something a little different because that's how you stand out and get noticed. Irinka's motto is presentation is everything because confused people don't buy, so make every impression count. So please help me welcome Michelle and Irinka as they present to us 10 secrets to club growth.
All right, Michelle, take it away. We can't hear you. You're muted. Sorry.
And that really helps. Thank you. We decided we were going to do something a little different this morning. So I first want to thank all of you for showing up. For anybody who's online who will be listening to this on Monday or Wednesday or whenever you listen to it, you will benefit in the same way. We promise. Here's what we want to say to you. Instead of doing a stuffy meeting, we're going to make this almost like a coffee chat, as if we had all gotten together on Saturday morning for a cup of coffee. Just like when you say to a friend that you notice lost 30 pounds, my gosh, how did you do that? Or someone who's made a lot of money, can you tell me your secrets? Come on, girl, what'd you do? Here's what we're going to do. We are going to tell you our secrets to success. We're going to unroll them one at a time. We're going to make them clear and simple. You don't have to do all 10 of them. You may decide, I'm already doing 2 and 5, but I could use work with 4 and 7. Let's go through them one step at a time and figure out which ones you're doing, which ones you're not doing, and maybe that will help you grow your club. We've actually technically gone since before COVID, the start of COVID, we had about 8 or 10 people, and we're now at almost 30. We've actually grown tremendously. That's why we're speaking to you today. But what if this wasn't daunting? What if you could do it? Irinka, add to that.
Well, I want to say Toastmaster needs you, and by you, we mean all of you. So it's not just the VPPR, it's not just, the membership person or the public relations or the I'm forgetting one. Education. It's all of us, right? It's all of us that are responsible for growing our clubs. And so by you, we mean every single one of you makes a difference.
So the 2023-24 district goals is obviously to create growth. In 2019, we had 94 clubs. At the start of 2023, we had 59. I'm no mathematician, but that's a 35 club loss. That's a lot of clubs. It's about a third of our Toastmaster clubs were lost. We're now, as of yesterday, Ahmad has told us we're up to 62, and we've got to get to 66. We need thriving clubs. Irenka said to me yesterday, Michelle, it's not just growing new clubs. We've got to keep the people who are in our clubs there, and we've got to keep them happy. Let's remove the need for consolidation. We don't need to consolidate our district. It's easy enough to grow it.
So here's our big, bold vision.
Grow our district to 66 clubs. Folks, we can do this. Ahmad and I were just talking, and we were saying that we could probably make up this number just in the corporate clubs that dropped off. You know what the problem is? They don't know how to do what Irenka does effortlessly. They don't know how to handle the Zoom meeting. And most people, they're not coming back to the office. Now we have to figure out how to have a really dynamic meeting online, which our club knows how to do.
That's right. And then we'll show Toastmasters International how it's done, right, Michelle?
That's exactly right.
Awesome. So it's totally doable. We're already at, what did you say, 62, Ahmad, or 63? So we just have a couple more go, and to make sure that the ones that are existing are not folding, but are actually thriving and growing. So It's totally doable, guys. Now, Toastmasters is a well-defined brand, okay? And this is the tagline, where leaders are made, okay? So that's each and every one of us that want to become better leaders and communicators. So that what do leaders do? They don't wait for the title to take action. Leaders take initiative. Leaders take on the role before they're given the title, and that's when you get promoted. So we're all here to learn to become better leaders, and by all chipping in, we're all learning to grow. Whoever takes the action and takes the initiative is the one who gets the learning and gets the growth.
Excellent.
All right, are you ready, Michelle? Are you ready to reveal our 10 secrets? I don't know if we should tell them. Are you sure that is?
I think we should, but we'll whisper it.
Okay.
We promise that these 10 secrets absolutely lead to club growth. I'm going to ask you to put aside your skepticism, be very open-minded, because when you hear these, they almost, Irenka, didn't you and I think as we were going through, they sound so simple. They are simple, but the question is, are you doing them? Let's show them secret number 1.
Awesome. So before we do that, I want to talk about the journey, because the secrets, yes, they actually want to talk about the journey of how somebody comes to discover Toastmasters.
This is a fun journey because it's so true.
Let's see. Okay, so it all starts with a problem. Wouldn't you agree, Michelle?
Yes.
It all starts with a problem. If somebody is worried. And what are people worried about? They're worried when they have to speak in front of people that nobody's going to understand them. They're going to make a fool out of themselves. People are going to ridicule them, right? So have you been there, Michelle? I have, for sure.
Everyone who started Toastmasters has been here.
Yes, I've been terrified of public speaking myself. And even 2 days ago, I was kind of like, Michelle has to think through. So what happens after that? They find out about Toastmasters. They're like, I might consider it. Then they decide to come in, experience it for themselves. They go home, they're still wondering, yes, no, should I join? Not sure. They make the decision, and boom. So this is the journey we're taking people through, okay? We got to get them from over here, where they're wondering what Toastmasters is and considering whether that's the answer to their problem, to coming to and experiencing it, and then to going home and us touching base, making sure that I have all their questions answered for them before they can become a member. So you just want to focus on that next step, okay? Here we go. You bring them in as a guest. They have a great experience. You're enrolled as a member. Done. All right, ready for secret number 1, Michelle. So most of the work is all about bringing them in as a guest. That's the first crucial step. If they don't come in as a guest and don't experience it, they're less likely to enroll. So we don't want to have to sell them immediately on becoming a member. We just have to sell them on coming in and experiencing it.
Exactly.
Take it away, Michelle. Secret number 1.
Okay, secret number 1. You need a diverse club. For all of you in the last couple of years, the word diversity, inclusion, we're almost sick of the words, and the words are becoming diversity and inclusion, I know, and they're actually almost losing their oomph on what the word actually means. When we talk about a diverse club, we're talking about benefiting from all age groups and all walks of life. That's what makes a really great club. Perfect example. Irenka and I were talking about this yesterday. She and I meet on many things outside of Toastmasters, but we met through Toastmasters. We're a generation apart. I'm old enough to be her mother. What I bring to the picture is life experience, the ability to share experiences with her, show her how it can be done. Her benefit to me is amazing because she brings all of her youth, which is she can do things in 4.5 seconds that might take me an hour. This morning, she said, hey, let's run through this. And she wanted to change a slide. Boom, boom, boom. She's pulling things from everywhere and she's sliding them over. She can do these things because she does them every single day. A diverse club is where you start to partner with people on new topics. Let's go ahead and bring all of these up, Irenka. New complementary skills. Don't be shy if you don't know how to do something and you know somebody else does. Ask. Collaborating on different projects. And I think, is there one more? Yes. Expand your network. Part of diversity is saying if your club is only people who are my age, right there, that's one of the problems that you have to work on. You have to start reaching out to the people who are younger, who need this public speaking and this leadership development. That way they can move through their career better. Toastmasters isn't just you meet once a week or twice a month. Toastmasters is supposed to be helping you in your outside life. That means that we have to bring people from all walks of life into our club. Start to look around at your club and find out how diverse it is.
Absolutely, and I have to add to that, Michelle, like you're saying, I wanted to highlight that, yes, like Michelle, she's with so much more experience as a speaker that she's the one, carrying me through some of these presentations. So I'm more like the one doing the slides and all the technological stuff. And she two days ago, I don't know if I should say this on the call, but I was like freaking out. I was having a moment. She was like, we can do this. Don't worry, I'll carry you through. So we're actually leaning on each other and growing together. And that's the beauty of it, is I get to benefit from her experience and wisdom, and she gets to benefit from all of my technical skills, and also the network of people my age that I can bring to the club as well.
Exactly.
All right, secret number 2, Michelle.
Okay.
The plus
secret
one.
number 2 is so simple. It's the +1 guest. How many times have you gotten invited to a wedding and they say, you can bring a +1?
Exactly.
It's so simple to bring a +1. It's really good. Irenka pointed this out to me yesterday. Michelle emphasized, especially for smaller groups. Our group, which was a wonderful situation to be in, now has about 30 people. Well, if we all brought a +1, we would absolutely need a different space, and we would get one. That would be a good issue. But if you're a small club, you're struggling, you're not even sure if you have 8 people coming on a regular basis. Maybe you have 4. I know some of you in Chattanooga, that is the case. You've got 4, you've got 6. If everybody brought just one +1, and you go, well, how do I do that? It's easy. You're having coffee with somebody, you're talking to somebody in the neighborhood, you're talking to somebody at school or at work, and you say, a lot of these calls are on Zoom. Would you like to bag a lunch and come sit with me and see what it's all about? You don't even have to participate. Bring a +1.
Exactly. And to that, I wanted to add, Michelle, I actually was at a networking event, some industry meetup, like 2 weeks ago, and they were giving a presentation about like some product and working on the UI experience or the interface or the design. And this lady, she said, oh, it would be really great for you guys to practice actually giving these presentations of the products you develop, because we're designers, we don't get a lot of chance to practice talking. And I was like, oh my god, this is a perfect opportunity to mention Toastmasters. And guess what? The next day, somebody posted on the channel here, had a monstrously good time at Wednesday's meetup. Thank you. I especially love the suggestion an attendee made about practicing our design review communication within our community and with our local Toastmasters. What an awesome collaboration. So just mentioning it, as soon as you see an opportunity where people are struggling, or, people who are not used to speaking and are used to code and do all this stuff behind the scenes, they would really benefit. Just throw it out there and people might join just from that. All right,
Excellent.
secret number 3, Michelle, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Tailor your pitch. Now, go ahead, Irenka. Let's tell them what tailoring your pitch is. Why would people need to join your club? We have found at our club that people join for a variety of reasons. We have some people who are really young and they're looking to get into acting. We have some people who want to get a promotion at work and they want to learn to be a better leader. Remember, we're where leaders are made. They want to start their own business. If you start your own business, you're going to have to talk to people and explain to them why they should come to you. We have some people who have just written a book. We have someone who just wrote an architectural book and she's ready. It's gone to print. It's gone through the editor. And the editor said to her, you must learn to speak in front of people to promote your book. And she almost had a panic attack. She's coming to our club and she's realizing, wait, I can do this. Make better sales pitches. There's a lot of people who are in finance. Guess what? Finance, you've got to sell your services to somebody. But maybe you want to become a better speaker, or if you're younger, your big goal is, I want to be an influencer, a podcaster. This is the place to come. They've got a message to send and they want to be an influencer.
So you want to find out what is basically their goals in life. And then so you ask them about their goals and dreams, and then you position Toastmaster in alignment with their goal. Okay? So
when somebody comes in and you say, I'm so glad you joined us today, we have a guest, don't gloss over the next part, which is, tell us what brought you here today. How do we help you reach your goals? And the person start to realize Toastmasters is tailoring themselves to me.
Awesome. Secret number 4, Michelle.
This is where Irenka starts to take over and does the deep dive. People pay attention. Inspiring visuals on socials.
Awesome.
What kind of socials are we talking about?
Well, 3 that we focus on: LinkedIn, which is a professional network. That's where people are, growing their careers. So that's a very important one to be on. Facebook as well. And then Meetup. We already have a Toastmasters Meetup group, so you don't have to create your own group. You just get to post your events. So the group automatically promotes your event in your Toastmaster club. Melissa from our club did a fantastic job last year keeping these up to date. And I want to share, it's very, very easy, a few tips just to get those socials going. So what's important about the socials? A great picture is worth 1,000 words. We all know this, Michelle, right?
We do indeed. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
So what you want to do over here is you want to crush your first impression. When people land on that page of yours, you want to make a really good first impression. And how do you do that, Michelle? Well, first of all, you have to have a nice high quality cover picture and the logo from Toastmasters, right? So people know they're on an official site. And it's also, you want to make sure you are using high resolution pictures. So it's not all pixelated and looks like not put together, because that's going to determine how people perceive that your organization is run. Second, post acknowledgements and progress of members, because people who are wanting to join, they want to make sure that they're going to be actually growing and learning something. So if they see somebody else being cheered on along their journey and being like, oh, somebody achieved finished their level 3 or finished their first level or even did their icebreaker speech. Be like, hey, that could be me. That could be me being given a shout out on this page and people cheering me on. And then lastly, very simple, repost and share news from the district. Ahmad does a really great job at posting news. So all you have to do is repost, share. If something is doing, you don't have to post puppies every day on that page. Just repost a few news here and there, and it just looks like that club is actually, a thriving club that is growing their members and providing value. So tick these 3 boxes, done deal, right? So I wanted to show a few examples. I was very impressed. This one is really great. What do you think, Michelle? It's beautiful, right?
It's very pleasing. Kind of want to climb that mountain.
Exactly. It's very pleasing, and it's very, I don't know if we have any Metroplex motivators here, but I really like this. It looks great, where leaders are made. An inspiring picture, it makes you dream. That's what you want. You want people to dream and aspire for more, to that mountain to climb that is totally achievable. I want to show you what we did with ours over here. We took it to the next level where we actually used a person on stage, because this is where people want to picture themselves. They're like, oh, I want to be that person who can speak to a crowd. So you want to put a picture here, that people really can relate to, and makes them think, oh, this is where, this is what I could see myself doing after Toastmasters. That's the goal. You want to entice them with the goal that they have in mind for themselves. So I've seen some people, they've had at the top, it wasn't bad, but they had like, just a homogeneous color with like where the meeting is held and what time. And I'm thinking, at this stage, people don't, they don't really even immediately want to know where your meeting is held. They first want to be inspired if you're the right place to go before they look up how to get there. So that was my 3 tips for the socials. Now, pro tip, guys, copy shamelessly, okay? We're all here, a team. We're all in the same district. We're all trying to grow together. So if you go see somebody else's club page and you like what they have, just copy the picture and upload it to your own club. There's no shame in copying. That's how we learn.
And I think along the line of copying shamelessly, there is something to continuity. Someone saying, I've been looking at several clubs and I see a theme. When you're copying shamelessly, you're also, in a way, keeping the theme, the thread going of what people expect when they come to Toastmasters.
Exactly. And then they know they've landed on official Toastmasters club and not some wannabe
club that's not proven.
Right, exactly. All right, secret number 5, and this is my specialty. So these are more like the online impressions that we're making, right? So these tips are all about your online presence and because people look you up, okay? They Google you, they look you up before they even interact with you nowadays. This is so easy, right? I mean, how many times have you Googled a business before you went and decided to spend the energy to go inside the store? You want to look them up online, see if they're,
legitimate.
Exactly. What kind of impression? So it's just kind of like your appearance, basically, your appearance, how you dress, how you present yourself to the world. Your online presence is how you present yourself to the world, and people decide whether they're going to come to your club or another club before they even, talk to you. They look up online which club they even want to go visit. So how many of you guys have judged a book by its cover? We say don't judge a book by its cover, but I'm guilty of walking into a library and picking up only the books that have enticed me with their cover. Okay, so you want to make sure that cover attracts people. Okay, so for the Pro Looking website, I wanted to show them, can I show them our website just for kicks, Michelle?
I think it's a great idea, because sometimes you want to see, well, what are you doing? Let's go ahead and show them.
Right. So this is our website over here. We're using Toastmost, and you can see there's a cool video here of Toastmasters officials. Like you can tell, that's where I took the pictures from. But if you scroll down, it's very simple and easy, gets to the point. Great leaders are excellent communicators. And then you can immediately click here on check out our online or in-person meeting options. You can click here, be our guests. And we have a nice big testimonial of a latest member over here, a young member too. So that's our youngest member. So if you click here, you get to the join our meeting as a guest page. We love visitors. There's two pieces of information people are looking for: when over here, and then where. So we have two options: online, in person, and the date and time. Done deal. Then after that,
I want to add something here for people who are maybe area directors and you're helping other clubs. This is a very important chunk of information, because when somebody right away likes what they see, they think, wow, this looks professional. This does not look like some Mickey Mouse organization. This looks like these people have thought things out. But what you really want is to make sure the buttons work when people click on them and that they're easy to find. Ahmad and I were talking about how the culture is changing and people are at home. It's very hard to have a corporate meeting when nobody's coming into the office. It would be really nice, Irenka, if you could go back to those 2 blocks where somebody says, oh, wait a second, they're meeting in person, but oh, I like the online option. Boom, right there, just click it. You know exactly where to go. It has to be easy. I hope that's what you're seeing with everything Irenka has done here. It's easy to see, it's easy to click on. Irenka, you can move right through. Oh, I think she's frozen.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Don't worry. This is one of her expertises. She will be back on momentarily.
Right.
But while she's here, I will say that you can see how she has "Be Our Guest" outlined in orange. There's no mistaking. I'm a guest. Where do I go? Well, right there. And then you see these 2 lines and you think, oh, wait a second, the Merrill Lynch building. I know where that is. It's very easy to get to. And I think for people who really know what they're doing, like Irenka, they know how to make it easy. She doesn't have time to go and help every single club. But while you're looking at what she's done, what you can do is say, at least I know where I'm deficient. I know now what I can't do. You go to your club. Hey, is anybody good at this? Not really. Does anyone know anyone who's good at this? And you start to get some people who can help you out. She's so helpful. You could always say to her, Irenka, who would I go to? Or what would I do? Later on in this presentation, you're going to see a menu. And we're going to leave you with a couple of gifts. Thank you, Irenka, not Michelle. She is the one that provided those. But she's going to leave you with a couple of gifts. One of them is going to be this menu of the 10 secrets. Here's what I want to say about that menu. You're thinking, our club is struggling. We're really not doing well. I hope we're trying to grow. My gosh, I hope our club doesn't close. And a lot of people really like their club, even if it's small, they really like their club. They don't want to see it close. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a look at the menu. No one's around. No one knows. You don't have to confess your sins to anyone, how badly your club's doing or what you're deficient in. But you look at the list of 10 and you ask yourself honestly, which ones is my club doing? Put a circle or a star or a check next to them. Which ones are we not doing? Take out your highlighter and highlight them. Maybe it's all 10. Actually, that's good news, because if you're not doing any of these 10, you have 10 ways to grow your club. Don't even look at it as a negative. But what if your club's doing okay, you're not great, you're just not sure what to do, and you know what, you got voluntold to be vice president of PR, you don't even want to do this job. All right, then someone's doing your homework for you. You look at the 10 and you say, pick one. What is one thing I could do this week? Could maybe I don't want to tackle the website, but could I be warmer to the people joining? Could I say to someone, tell me why you're here? All right, how do we help you out? I've noticed at our club that certain people in the club, because you just have the gift of charm or charisma or whatever it is, will go up to the new person. And I could see it on their face. The person right away feels like, I was really nervous coming. but you know what? This is the club for me. I'm already feeling welcomed. That's what you want. You want people, you have 7 seconds to make a first impression. I don't know if y'all knew that. You have 7 seconds. That means the second that person comes in, I love when people at my club do this. They have an empty chair next to them and they go, and they're welcoming someone they don't even know. They're going, sit here. And they're like, hi, I'm so-and-so. What's your name? Great, glad you came today. Right away, the person feels like they belong. Folks, this doesn't cost you a penny. You don't even have to be a genius to do it. You just have to be nice and smile. Irenka, we see you back. Take your time. We've just been going through some of the perks of your website. You're muted. We can't hear you.
There you go. Apologies. Okay, let me move this over here. Sorry, my computer decided to restart. I think it's time for me to upgrade, Michelle.
Gotta love that. But you know what? We didn't waste time. We talked about welcoming guests appropriately. We talked about when that you were going to give them. I didn't give it away. That you had some gifts you were going to be giving away here today for them. But I let them know that excuses be gone. We have a menu of 10 items, and they can just pick from that menu what they need to do to improve.
Absolutely. So let me go back to sharing my screen over here. Let's go to share screen. All right, can you all see?
Yep, there you go.
Okay. All right, so the Pro Looking website, yeah, that's very important because actually one of our members, our recent members, I think she signed up this month. She actually mentioned that was the differentiating factor for her, Michelle, when she decided. Because we asked all the people who joined what made you, what first of all made you choose Toastmasters, and then, or how did you hear about Toastmasters? And the other question is like, what made you choose our club? Because that's how we learn what actually works, and that's how we can keep repeating it, right? So I asked her, and she said, oh, actually, I looked at other clubs as well, and yours really stood out. The other ones, they were okay, but they didn't really like strike me as super professional. Exactly. And so she said that was the deciding factor. And we've had actually, I think, do we have 7 people that joined in the last 2 months, Michelle, since August? I mean, yeah, we've
at least 7. And also some of them, by the way, are coming from out of state. They're looking at us and they're deciding before they come here, part of my move is that I'm going to do some self-development and I'm going to look into Toastmasters. Some of the people are coming from out of state that are looking at this. Yes, absolutely. They're deciding which club they want to join before they even move here, Michelle. Yeah. But what I was going to add to that? Yes, I love it. Oh my God. Okay. We can probably go to the next slide and see what we've got there because we just talked through. Okay. So the Pro Looking website, there's a few things. Less is more, basically. That's what I want you to take from all of this. People don't have time. They don't want to read big blurbs. They want to get straight to the point. Number one, is this club trustworthy? Am I going to learn something that I value? And if so, how can I join, basically? So you want to make it as easy as possible for people to say yes. Make it as easy as possible. So, oh, by the way, that's what I was going to say, Michelle. We don't need more new people. Like, we're actually struggling to find enough mentors to mentor these people. So we're not saying this to brag that we got 7 people joining. It was like, hey, we want you to have them new people too, because we are running out of space, Michelle and me, right? Like, I was just talking to the president of the club and saying, it's going to take a lot of new people per mentor. And some people are not even at the stage where they can be mentor, where I'm trying to assign people who haven't gotten even to the mentoring stage, because the people who have already that level are already having to have too many mentees or proteges or whatever the word is. Right. So yeah, so less is more for the website, like small little bracket. So first of all, you want a big, welcoming, inspiring photo or video at the top, okay? The bigger the better, because that's what people are coming for, is for their dream. They want to see their dream there.
up there on the picture. You want your website to be functional. Obviously, like you said, you covered, Michelle, the buttons to be working and people can easily find what they're looking for. And then simplicity and clarity is everything. So I noticed that you guys, a lot of you guys are using this free Toast Host thing. So I checked it out. I don't know how much, you know, you can customize it, but here's a few ideas that I came up with. So first of all, you want to have a nice welcoming title at the top, welcoming people to your club. I made up an imaginary name. Welcome to the Impactful Speakers Club, right? Number 2, you want that nice big image that captures their dream and end goal. That's why they're coming to you, to achieve that dream. Number 3, you want big text here, okay? You don't want these like tiny text, hard to read. It's hard now, you have to zoom in if you're on a phone or something. You want nice big text here with big letters, easy to read, that catches their attention. Then you tell them how they can check you out immediately here. So you just tell them, okay, this is your problem, this is the solution we provide, and you can come check it out as a guest. And then lastly, the menu over here, there's only 3 or 4 important pages for a new visitor, Michelle, right? I mean, the only important pages, the home page, right? Your home page got to look sharp. The come as a guest page, you know, to welcome them. Become a member, to sell them on becoming a member. And then the next meeting agenda. All the other pages, hide them. I was telling Michelle this analogy. It's kind of like your house. You don't show people your basement and your attic and where you store all your miscellaneous. Just stuff it into a cover, you know, put it away from the view. So people, when they come into your house or visit your website, they just only see what's actually the presentable part. Your website's never going to be perfect. Sorry to spoil it. Just like, you know, us human beings, we're always going to have stuff to work on. But the most important part is like you kind of keep it away from the first impression. Right?
Excellent. That's the whole point. Keep it simple, keep it clean, make it usable.
Exactly. All right, secret number 6. So that's actually, I found some really cool testimonials, Michelle, because people want to know that somebody else already went through this journey and had the success that they want, right? So that's why we had our youngest member here, Grace. She offered to do a testimonial for us, and we featured her on our website, which I love. That's attracts people, and she's saying how Toastmasters has affected her life. But then also we have these 2 big YouTube celebrities here that have, you know,
602,000 subscribers, or
3 million. Who doesn't want to have 3 million subscribers on their YouTube? So if all these younger people are dreaming about, you know, being an influencer, these people actually mentioned Toastmasters. And I'm going to pull up the video real quick if we have a few seconds, because they're really telling you can feature these videos. I mean, they're public, so nobody's telling you you can't show them on your website. So if you want a big YouTube celebrity endorsing Toastmasters, I'm probably going to have the whole like, whatever. Sorry about that. Here we go.
Toastmasters and Toastmaster the art of speaking to your fears. And just learn how to have flexibility, how to have range of motion, how to have tonality so you can project your voice or bring it down to a soft spot and one that needs some more sensitivity.
So that's one person who's endorsed Toastmasters, and then the other one is this crappy childhood fairy. I don't even know her name, but that's her YouTube name. So we're going to go with that. Michelle, she's mentioning Toastmasters as well. Hopefully we're not going to...
You'll see that I say and every 10th word, and I'm sort of flopping around on the screen like this. And I'd be editing my own videos, and I would just go, oh my gosh, I can't put this up on YouTube. I had to, you know. But I was dying inside, and so what I did is I went to Toastmasters, and I got really into it to teach myself to speak impactfully. And I got the insight that saying and like and so all the time, which I still do sometimes, but they're called filler words. And it's just another way of trying to keep someone interested the hard way. It's actually okay to hold a silence.
So there you go. 2 celebrities out there endorsing Toastmasters. Why not feature them on your club, right? They already got to that level of success that people before joining are aspiring to. Awesome. So let's go to our secret number 7. And by the way, if we have time, we'll try to get to a short Q&A at the end if you have any questions. But here's secret number 7, inviting flyers for your open house. Now, say twice a year or once or so, you want to invite people out to come check you out. So I designed this cool flyer where I took these pictures from actually Toastmasters video, where it covers both people, the person who is aspiring to be a speaker on a big stage, or someone who just wants to get through their, business meeting and not shy away from being able to speak up in their corporate environment in a small group. Okay, not everybody wants to be a speaker on stage, but both of those are covered in this flyer, and people can project themselves in whichever image they relate to more. Now, this is the flyer I designed for our club. I went fancy. I went a whole QR code to RSVP and everything. But I have a really good tip also for people who want to go digital, because not everybody wants to spend money on staples. I mean, it costs us only $25 to print out a few flyers, Michelle, 20 flyers or so, and send them out. But if you just want to send the digital flyers, make sure that they're also designed for the display on the phone, okay? Because people pick up their phone and they look at them vertically. I mean, you don't look at a text message, horizontally. You look vertically. So you want to make sure that when people click, if you want to create a digital flyer, just attach it as a text message. You can text it to, all of your friends. And then when they click on it, it displays in the full screen. So it's not just like a tiny little rectangle here, but it actually takes advantage of the whole space of the screen here. And people don't have to zoom in to read the text. So,
Irenka, what I really love about the digital flyer is, if we're honest, nobody really is looking at the printout. It's nice to have one and be able to hand it to somebody if they come in. But we're talking about trying to grab people. We're talking about trying to bring people in. And when you talk several times today about things being easy and usable, well, we all have a phone in our hand. And if we want, let's pretend I want to come to a meeting, but I'm afraid. I've never been to one before. You know what? If I have this old digital flyer, I might send it to 4 friends and say, somebody come with me. And now you're getting your +1. This is a wonderful way to go. And thank you for talking about how it has to be fit to the phone.
yes, absolutely. The thing is, for the big flyers, I would say maybe to put it out where there is like, I've given it to like businesses where they can put on their board, so it's not like something that everybody takes away, but it's just like on an announcement board or something, that people can see the name Toastmasters. Because apparently in this day and age, I've heard before it takes 7 impressions before somebody, the brand recognition. Apparently nowadays it's more like 15 to 30 impressions, because people are getting impressions every day and hit left and right. So, the more times they see or hear the word Toastmasters, the more likely they're going to start paying attention. Oh, somebody else mentioned that. Oh, this is the 5th time I'm hearing Toastmasters. Maybe I should really check it out. People are busy
Just seeing that logo.
Exactly, and the name, yes. So let's go back to here. Okay, so I promised you a surprise. Well, Michelle promised you a surprise, so I'm glad you didn't give it away. But I actually created a free template for you guys where you can just fill in over here the when and the where, and you're done with your flyer. So we already created it for you. It's ready to go. I put a little text, whether you dream of being an influential leader, an impactful speaker, or simply want to enhance your everyday communication skills to expand your career and social opportunities, come see what Toastmasters has to offer you at our open house. When you have to speak in front of a group, don't you wish you were less nervous or more confident? That's where Toastmasters comes in to help. It goes straight to the point. The world needs your voice. So all you have to do is fill in the information where your open house is held and when, and then, put in the information how people can contact you, contact your club, or reach out to RSVP. You want to make sure you get people's information, any person interested, because that way you can follow up, right? It's going to come up with a sweet here. And then a little important tip. So, the branding police doesn't come after me. You want to make sure you use the correct font. So I use the Gotham font, which is the Toastmasters branded font. So just use that font, fill in the information, and you're good to go. I'm gonna post the link to the free templates in the chat, Michelle. Okay?
Awesome, awesome. And if everyone is smart right now, just go ahead and download them. That
Yes.
way, when this call is over, you'll have it.
Yes. Let me just pull it up because everything shut down on me here. So I'm gonna here share.
And if you want, I'm just looking at the time. If you, I don't know if you can do this or not, but while you're sharing and putting it in the chat, if you want to go to the next slide, I can start to talk through that.
Yes, I'm having issues. Like I don't know where the chat is because I'm sharing my screen. So
Gotcha.
I don't know what's going on here.
And we can always send that out later.
Oh, there you go.
Awesome. I see it.
Ready, get the link? Let me know. Yep. Okay. All right, next slide. So we are at this journey, right, Michelle, where we started. So all these 7 steps are just to get people from here to come join as a guest, right, Michelle? Like this is
And
all.
you know what's amazing about that? I'm glad you're bringing this up, Irenka, because we think, you know, we got to get them and keep them, and I hope they're happy and we grow our numbers. But when you see this visual, you realize, what? Of the 10 secrets, 7 of them happen at the beginning? That shows you how important the first 7 steps are. You've got to do all of those or some of them really, really well to even get them to the meeting. This
Yes.
is where the bulk of your attention is. You go, gee, why don't I get more people? Well, if 7 of the 10 secrets are all here, this is telling you where you need to be focusing. If you don't have people coming to your meeting, look at 1 through 7. That's probably where the problem is.
Exactly. All right, now we're ready. Now let's say we've attracted them, Michelle, okay? Like they went on our Facebook, they thought, ooh, this club is popping. They're like, you know, acknowledging people's progress and they have a really cool visual. I could see myself there. They went onto your website. They're like, everything looks great. I want to come in person. So let's go on to secret number 8, okay? This is when they actually come to the meeting as a guest.
And we can go through this one rather quickly because this is the one that we did when you were offline. We talked about secret number 8, an outstanding guest experience. Outstanding, that's a big word. What would we do to be outstanding? Well, you need a warm welcome. That starts with a smile. Just thank people. Oh, I'm so glad you came today. Now, right away, some people will tell you, oh, okay, and they'll just sit down. Or some people even say, oh, I'm nervous coming. I've never been here before. You know what most people say at our club? Don't you worry. You're going to love this club. And you're telling people right away what to expect. But we are organized and we are structured at our club. We do not skip a speaker. If somebody doesn't show up, it just happened to us last Wednesday, Irenka. If somebody doesn't show up, somebody has a pocket speech and they stand up and speak. We never, even if we can only, maybe we had 3 speakers that day and we only have time for 1 or 2 table topics, we get in 1 or 2 table topics while people are counting votes. Our thought is you need to see the whole experience. We're very structured. We show the benefits. We let people know, especially when a seasoned evaluator gets up and we're evaluating somebody who's done incredibly well. I just did this 1 week recently. I pointed out our president. I said, and just so everybody knows, a year ago she came here, she had turned down a promotion at work because she was uncomfortable speaking. Look at her today. It's good to show people that growth and the timeline. So we show benefits of membership. We answer any questions people have. And we let them know that when you come into this room, you will always leave better than you arrived. We leave people feeling lighter.
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to add really quick to that, Michelle. That's so true because that's actually what, so I actually checked out, you know, little confession moment. I actually checked out a few clubs myself before I chose the Let's Talk Brentwood Club.
Same for me.
And really what sold me is when I came in the room, Michelle and Alicia greeted me so warmly. They made me feel immediately welcome. And I was like, ooh, this is this is where I belong. This is where I could see, like, I need, because people, if they are terrified public speaking, they're coming in super nervous. So they want to know that, you know, when they take their baby steps, somebody's not going to make fun of them, and people are going to cheer them on and help them get back up and get back on the way. Okay, they're dealing with enough criticism and negative people at work, at home, everywhere else. So if they come to Toastmasters and coming there with their vulnerabilities and their fears and, you know, their blurbs and their ums and ahs, they want to know that it's going to be a very safe, supportive, friendly environment for them to take those baby steps and confront their biggest fears and inner demons. Right, Michelle?
Perfectly stated.
They come in heavy. They come in heavy with a lot of worry, and if you get them feeling lighter than they arrive, they're
Uh-oh. I wish she had moved on to that number 9, but what she'll do is come back here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and say that when I forget if it was number 9 or 10, but I'm going to do a little bit of a recap for the effort of time here. I'm looking at, we're at 50 minutes already. When you go through all of these steps, by the time you've got to the outstanding experience, let me tell you what number 9 is. Number 9 is you go home and you're thinking about it and you're scratching your head and going, so do I want to make the commitment? Do I want to join this group? Do I not want? Do I think it's going to help me? Do I not think it's going to help me? Number 9 is where you start to put it together and you really start to think about, is this something I'm going to make a commitment to? And I think if you've done all the other steps, you have looked professional, you have a really good website, you've given them the what's in it for me, why should I do this? You have warmly welcomed them. They've actually sat there and witnessed and watched other people. They've probably watched some relatively new people doing an okay job, but they've also probably seen some mature Toastmasters and thought, that's what I want to sound like. Oh, that person was really able to do things on the fly. And then they watch table topics. Some of them are brave and join in the reindeer games, and some of them are like, woo, not today, thank you. And when that happens, they see right away, I could be this, I could get this done. So that's what's really important. And then number 10 is this final recap where if Irenka gets back up, she'll be able to show it to you, but it's re-looking at that journey and saying, we wanted to number it for you. So for all of those of you on the call that are really visual people, you can say 1 through 10, instead of looking at it like a big blob, 1 through 10, you're saying 1 through 7 is up here.
10 is follow-up.
Yes. 8 is the meeting itself. 9 and 10, you're sitting here saying, well, how do I follow up? This becomes, remember we talked about age and diversity in the club, depending on how old you are, might be the difference in how you reach back out. If you're under 40, you're probably really loving the text or the email, but you're probably not loving a phone call. I'm a big proponent, not just because of my age, but because I know how to use the phone, to a really warm phone call. We loved that you came. It was so good seeing you. How do you feel about the club? Did you feel like it was something where we could support you? Let's talk for just a second. Irenka, we're running out of time. We're at 53 minutes. But if you could go through this support and reward, I think we've already hit the support part, but get to how we show reward at our club.
Yes. Yes, I mean, who doesn't like to hear words like, congratulations, you won, you're doing amazing, right? Don't we all want to hold these certificate of completions and best speakers? Like when I saw that my club was handing out these ribbons, I was like, I want one, right? And then we decided also to print these certificates. Sorry for the trees, but it feels like mission accomplished. So we have Alicia is so sweet. She prints out these certificates and hands them out in front of people at the beginning of the meeting to show people that people are making progress, and it makes us, you know, feel good to know that our progress is being acknowledged, that we're growing within the club, and that the guests get to see that too. They get like, hey, that could be me someday getting one of these certificates, right? So real quick, and I'm so sorry that my connection keeps dropping off, but the gentle follow-up, and I know you covered that, that's the secret number 10, Michelle. The gentle follow-up is after they've left, make sure you reach back out, because they got busy, they forgot about joining, or they're like, oh yeah, I meant to do that. So it's a quick little message. Hi, Margarita, or, you know, this is Michelle from Toastmasters. We're so glad you were able to join us as a guest. How was your experience with our meeting? What did you like? What you don't like? Do you have any questions about our club? Or are you ready to join as a member? Just a quick little message to show them that you're still happy that they came and you're still thinking about them, and get them back in. You know, if they're not ready to join, you can still invite them as a guest again.
And the reason why it's important to follow up is not only does life get busy, some people will say, you know what, I took the first step. I came to a meeting. In a couple of months, I'll think about like my next steps. But when someone follows up and says, come on back next week, you really added to the meeting. We loved having you. Someone goes, I don't know if I was ready to do that yet. But when you prod them along a little bit, they start to say, wait a minute, maybe I really should commit right now. Maybe I should come. And I like actually saying to somebody, people are so afraid to ask people. I'd say, did you want to join? You're going to see a tremendous difference in yourself in the next 6 months. Would you like to join? Forget about 3 or 4 visits. They can come if they want to, but go ahead and ask them if they want to join. Reel them in. We have many people, by the way, that come to our club and they sign up on the spot or the very next time they come.
Exactly. Yes, make it super easy for them to say yes. And people need to be helped, you know, above their hump of fear. You know, you just got to give them that little gentle nudge, gentle push over their own hump of fear. Be like, I'll help you fight your inner demons with you. All right, so let's just quickly recap, Michelle, okay? I know that we're running out of time, so I apologize, but a quick recap. So what we covered today, 10 secrets to club growth. You want to focus on the next step, people, okay? You don't have to tell them everything all at once. First step is simply bringing them in as a guest. Then they have a great experience, you enroll them as a member, and then you're done. Those are the steps. So these steps happen along this journey, okay? From the person who doesn't know what Toastmasters is and what to expect, all the way to them joining and being happy they joined. You have secret number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that happen over here. You don't have to do all of them like Michelle said. You know, if you can just tackle 1 or 2, just print out the list, and at the beginning of the next meeting decide who tackles what. Oh, I can work on the Facebook, I can work on the LinkedIn, I'll do that, or I'll go ahead and fill in the details on the flyer that Arenka sent me, and we're good to go. If you start tackling 1 at a time, you're gonna see how everything builds up on top of each other. Then we had secret number 8 and 9, them having a fantastic experience coming in at the meeting, realizing that it's super structured, people are making progress, they're, you know, accomplishing their missions and their dreams. And then the gentle follow-up was the secret number 10, where they got home and they're still like worried, should I not, I don't know, is it worth it, you know, gently following up with them. Okay, so here is the 10 list. Diverse club, the +1 guest, tell your pitch, inspiring visuals on socials, the pro-looking website. Then we have the killer testimonials also. You can use those YouTube stars we showed you, inviting flyers, outstanding experience when they come in, the support and the reward, and then the gentle follow-up. So I think we're ready to wrap this up, Michelle. Go District 63, we can do it. We're just a few clubs shy of our goal of 66, and we want all of your clubs to be thriving. So yeah, please sure to reach out with any questions. I think we're not gonna have time to do a Q&A today, but we're always available to help you guys out. And I wanted to say thank you to all the people who have joined today. And your dedication, Toastmasters, that shows the leaders that you are.
And Ahmad,
Michelle, do you want to add?
Yes, Arenka, you reminded me yesterday that Ahmad is constantly doing things for this district. And anytime you bring something up, yeah, that's a good idea, let's do it. Yes, absolutely. How do I help? He's just so wonderful. Can we put those 10 in the chat for somebody to copy?
They can always like I said, they could always probably see it in the replay, but if you want, we
Yeah,
could go.
if we don't have it and they do it on the replay, that's totally fine. I'm going to leave everybody with a question. Here's your action item. We should always leave people with an action item. Look at the list of 10. Which one will you tackle this week? You can do one. You'll feel that you're moving forward. You'll feel that you're helping your club. Don't wait until we get to February and March and you find out, gosh, in April, I'm going to find out that this club is in danger. Folks, we haven't even hit October yet. October 1st is tomorrow. Pick something off this list. Which number will you work on? Irenka, this goes for you and I too. Which one do we think that our club will work on boosting this week? Pick one and we're going to announce it on Wednesday.
Awesome. Well, thank you so. Yeah, I did want to second that. I totally thank you, Ahmad, for having us and hosting this event. I hope you guys learned something new, and that you were definitely inspired to grow your own club, because we believe you can all do it. I mean, like you said, Michelle, we started at 8 or 9 members a few years ago, and we've, I mean, almost tripled now, right?
Right. It can be done. We understand your pain. It can be done.
I'm appreciating these awesome comments here in the chat. Thank you so much, guys. That's really nice to hear that we've made a difference today for you guys.
I hope everyone has a great Saturday. Irenka, I also want to, as a previous area director and just as a member of Let's Talk Brentwood with you, I want to thank you, because I think you've done a killer job organizing this, taking the initiative and even offering to do this, and then showing us what you do with visuals and websites, and you've just done a tremendous job. So on behalf of everybody, thank you for all you've done.
Yes, well, thank you so much, Michelle. And same goes to you. I mean, you carried me through this presentation, so I appreciate
Group effort.
I learned so much from you. I want to leave Ahmad the last word, because we want to let Ahmad maybe wrap this up as the big boss, the big leader of today. So thank you, Ahmad.
Well, first off, thank you for both you, Irenka, you and Michelle, taking the time out of your schedules and go through this information with us. I definitely took, as you can see, pages of notes. So fantastic job. What I'm going to do is I also downloaded, and Irenka, thank you for the flyers. I've downloaded them to my laptop. We will go ahead and make sure that we post them to the D63 website, as well as send them out to the clubs, because I know the clubs will really appreciate the time and the effort you put into those flyers. So thank you for that as well. I am going to go ahead and stop the recording.